Raiders season is over. The Rams season is in great jeopardy. The Raiders this afternoon benched Gardner Minshew. Gunslinger can't get the job done. We have talked extensively to Raider Nation fans that this guy throws touchdowns, but he throws interceptions. He fumbles the football and he takes sacks. They just benched him today after 2 more picks, 2 more sacks, and the fact they're not moving the football up and down the field. So that means they're going towards Aiden O'Connell. The second item has to do with what happened in the game against Denver. Patrick Surtain, 100-yard pick six going the other way. They continue to pick off passes. They continue to sack the Raiders quarterback. It was really a miserable performance by the Silver and Bleak. And now they're giving up on Minshew. In essence, they're in last place and their season is over. The Rams situation, this is just a byproduct of all the injuries around Matthew Stafford. Green Bay beat him. Jordan Love, who's been limping, he's got a minor knee issue. He stood in there. He made 2 touchdown passes. Matthew Stafford has no help at all. Interceptions, sacks, not running the football. There are no playmakers on the offensive side of the football for the Rams right now. Their season is 1-4. Sean McVay has never been 1-4 as a head coach with the Rams, so this is not a good situation. Seattle, I don't know, Jekyll and Hyde, they were 3-0 out of the gate, and they haven't won since then. I mean, they got banged around by the New York Football Giants. Giant defense had 7 sacks, and they took a blocked field goal back 60 yards for a touchdown right at the end. And suddenly Seattle, which has got some injury problems at running back, Seattle don't look like the same team that started 3-0 on the season. And then there's the Cowboys. If Dak Prescott can't do it by himself, they're not going to win games. Now, he went off for 352 and a couple touchdowns in the last-second victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That win might have salvaged, maybe saved the Dallas Cowboys season, but it's not good. They've lost 6 defensive linemen, including their top 4 defensive ends. And they still got more than half a season to play. And Prescott's having to carry the thing because he can't run the football. So they're in big trouble. And the Pittsburgh fan, wow, are they upset. They booed the Steelers in the first half. They booed them at the end of the game when they let Prescott get down the field and throw a game-winning touchdown pass with 20 seconds to go. Justin Fields came out of the game, had to sit for a while, did not have a good, complete game along the way. Steelers have no playmakers at all. It's a big, big issue. And the fans, as much as Mike Tomlin's been a great coach there for 17 years, this Neanderthal offense of run the football, try to control the clock, and there's no way to go down the field with passing plays. That the roster needs to be upgraded and overhauled. So Pittsburgh fan, not real good. And by the way, damn winter is coming to Pittsburgh early, so they got a lot of reasons to be upset. John, your reaction to the second list in the games?
Well, first of all, Raiders it's a disaster. Minshew is very untrustable. I want to talk about the Seahawks because Geno Smith, I was listening to some of the pregame guys on the studio shows, and they were saying how in his pregame ritual, he is amazing, hitting all of his passes at all of the different distances. Did you hear those comments?
Yeah. And I tell you what, he's grown as a quarterback because he was kind of up and down. He was really in and out. By the way, that's another New York Jet refugee. But he's grown as a quarterback. I mean, he's had 380-yard passing games. But at this point, he doesn't have an awful lot of help around him. He took 7 sacks yesterday. So it's not so much Geno Smith's fault as what he does not have around him. But he's grown as a quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over, but their problem is their roster around him has just not been very consistent. And, they got zinged by what I thought was a substandard New York Giant team. So I was kind of shocked. But he's become a student of the game, and he's big. He's athletic. He's about 6'4". He did a lot of things at West Virginia. It took him a long time to learn to become an NFL quarterback. I think he's getting there. But if you don't have support around you, you can't get the job done. But he's the future because there's no quarterback waiting in the wings.
Yeah. I don't know if he's the future. He's kind of middle-aged for a quarterback, right?
Exactly.
The other game that you didn't have on your list was Tampa against Atlanta. And how about Kirk Cousins in that Thursday night game?
Kirk Cousins. Well, we talked a little bit about it on Friday. I mean, Kirk Cousins obviously throwing for 509 and 5 touchdowns, and he's got people around him for the first time. Now, they have to prove they can do it over a 17-week season. And as long as they keep their skill guys healthy, I think they got a lot. But he took a lot of hits. He's taken a lot of pressures and hits so far the first group of weeks with the season. But he's a gamer. He's hanging in there. We'll just see if they can keep him upright going forward.
All right.
So those are the games. You got an opinion about some of the topics that we've discussed, be it the mess with the Raiders, the injury problems that have befallen the Rams? Pick a team, pick a topic, and join us in Fans Forum. One other